Well, I think there's a lot of room for improvement in every government around the world as it relates to business-friendly environments. But the important thing is the direction that the administration is taking. And from afar, watching it from afar as well as watching it now up close for the last 48 hours, directionally, everything is heading down the right path. And so that's what's most encouraging to us. And when I talk to other Fortune 500 CEOs about doing business in India, yes, it's been challenging in the past, but there's a sense of excitement about making it easier, making the regulations easier, making the tax environment easier, and we're starting to see that. And so we're most excited about the change and the progress from where we are today.
You have Deepak Parekh, one of the tallest leaders of corporate India, on your advisory board. Very recently in the past, he had said that there is a certain amount of impatience that corporate India is having with the government. It needs to move faster on reforms, move faster on decisions. Is that a sense of impatience that he conveyed to you? Is that something that you've had a chat on? Is that a sense that you've got from other members of India Inc. as well?
So Deepak is impatient about creating a great India, and he's passionate about everything he does, including improving the economy in India. So there's a lot of passion there, and it's all for the benefit of the country of India.
But you haven't experienced a similar impatience with other members of India, because we were talking about the ease of doing business, and you're saying the government is moving in the right direction. Is the rest of corporate India willing to give the government some more time?
I think they're willing to watch this administration and hope that they live up to all the great things that they've been saying in the past year.
Do you believe India needs to do a lot more on fiscal incentives than it has to attract global manufacturing to come and take off here?
Two things. One is more certainty. It would be the first step. There's been some uncertainty around tax regulations, and more certainty is always helpful to companies that are making capital allocation decisions. It is to the extent that India provides more certainty on that, it'll reduce the risk and encourage foreign direct investment. So that's the first step. Then the second step is every country can do more around tax incentives. Reducing the tax friction in the capital allocation decision always causes capital to move more rapidly to that environment.
The government of India has now stated on record that the way PPPs were designed, they weren't really successful, and they need to be rebalanced. The sovereign needs to take more risk. It has to be easier for companies to get out if things go wrong. What is the sort of experience that you'd want to share with the Indian government while it goes on to rebalance the PPP model?
So, first of all, the infrastructure needs around the world, and India is no different than the rest of the markets that we participate in around the world. There is simply not enough public sector financing to address all the needs of infrastructure. That's right. That is clear. And so it needs to be a marriage of the private sector and the public sector to address the shortfall of funding. And I think that the risk sharing is critically important. All the risk is not going to be borne by one party. It needs to be a shared risk model. And I have a feeling that the government understands that and is moving in the right direction.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.